Free socks. Free socks.
Welcome, everybody, to another exciting edition of the Triple B Experience, where we're going to be talking professional wrestling this evening, or we're going to try to, and we're going to see how it goes, because last night on the Triple B Experience, myself, Shane, my co-host of Steelers Dynasty Podcast, and Cable, Thursday night, we talked a lot of pulp cultures. We did the last episode, episode 6 of Peacemaker, and we did our top 10 Marvel Comics team up. So if you didn't see that one, it's pretty good when we do our top 10s, because next week we are going to do our top movies from 2000 to 2009, the first decade into the 2000s, all kind of genres of our best movies of all time. It's our opinion, and that's what we do. We do a top 10 on Thursdays when we talk pulp culture and this and that. But tonight we're going to talk some professional wrestling, some independent wrestling, what I feel that the WWE will be doing when you have to mortgage out your home, your car, and your retirement to go see a WWE show. We'll get into that a little bit later. I'm not happy about that, as I'm watching SmackDown right now. Look, I watched Raw, so I'm all current. They have their big pay-per-view coming up in Australia. John Cena will face AJ Styles, and Cody versus Seth, title for title, for the ring. I don't like title for title. I don't think that's spectacular, but what do I know? Because I know back in the day when Harley Race used to wrestle Bob Backlund or superstar Billy Graham, it was a double count out. They didn't, they didn't give 2 titles to somebody. They just didn't do that, because the rematch to me would be something of a bigger draw. That's just my opinion. It's just my opinion. But we'll talk a little about wrestling. If anybody wants to chit chat, we can do that too, about some wrestling topics. Independent wrestling in Western Pennsylvania is always a stronghold, and I do mean stronghold. I don't mean Rise Wrestling. They do have the Stronghold Training Center down in Uniontown, and there's also the Imagine Wrestling Training School. They actually this weekend have Dr. Tom Pritchard coming to do a training seminar. And if an independent wrestler out there that's listening to this show, and you have an opportunity to go to Dr. Tom Pritchard's school of training and his school, but if you got a chance to be trained for a seminar with Dr. Tom Pritchard and you don't do it and you'd rather stay home, that is not good. If he's in your area, this is the hottest area around. There's a lot of seminars going down. I understand times and money are tough. There's not enough time in a day. People working 2 jobs to stay alive, but also too, if you got an opportunity to work with one of the best trainers ever. He did train The Rock, Kurt Angle, and a lot of people in the WWE. And he has that school down there in Tennessee with Glenn Jacobs. Glenn Jacobs is Kane. So, I think it's $40 or $50. Look, and if you don't do that, and you're trying to get booked on independent shows around the area, and if you don't do that, and you're not a mainstream performer, and you're not even getting booked, you're not even getting noticed by promoters, that is your own fault. That's just my opinion once again, because sometimes I do ramble on in these podcasts, because sometimes that's what I do. But there's a big show coming up in tomorrow night, the Super Indy 24 at the Max Court Time in Elizabeth, Pennsylvania. Some of these matches that I will be presenting to you guys tonight, if you want to see a great independent show, one of the area's finest independent wrestling, IWC, and there is one of the matches. Jamie Jameson, Caden Christopher, Keenan Taylor, and Marcus D'Angelo. Non-tournament match. All-Star Showcase. Duke Davis, Elijah Dean, Wes Barkley, and Andrew Palace. That is, look, there's some individuals that's in this matchup that I have booked in the APWF when I had shows. They are great performers. Everybody on this picture is worth a roster spot in an independent wrestling company. I never had the chance to book Jamie Jameson as of yet, but all these guys, or Andrew Palace or Wes Barkley, but these guys have traveled all over the place. Also, too, Bubba the Bulldog, Bulk Nasty, the foundation of IWC versus 0 Hour in an IWC tag team title match. These guys look up and coming. These young guys here, this 0 Hour. The clock's probably going to strike 12 at midnight, because if Bulk Nasty gets a hold of both of those two, I mean, it could be lights out for 0 Hour, but that's another match that's going to be on the card tomorrow. And also for the Super Indy opening round, we have Sam Holloway. I've seen this guy go against Bill Collier. This guy is, got the WWE ID. He is a big individual. Very, very good in the ring, and he's going against Jake something. Jake's a big individual. This match here is going to be two behemoths going at it. And also another opening round. Spencer Slade and Mr. NWA versus Facade. Spencer is actually kicking ass in the weight room, looking jacked and chiseled, traveling all across the United States, going down to Florida for NWA tapings. Him and Mike Mondo, they're a tag team. They're looking for some tag team gold, and hopefully they get it here in the soon-to-be future in the NWA. You can catch NWA on Roku for free. NWA Power. I don't know if you guys knew that. And also, too, you have every Wednesday night, you have 880 Wrestling on the IndieWrestling.us. You can catch it every Thursday night. You can catch all other companies. You can catch RWA. You can catch Prospect Pro Wrestling. You can catch the APWF shows, the 4 shows that I did that's on. They're on this network. You can be a subscriber. They have a lot of independent wrestling action. Sorg individuals, a Sorg Mediatron. They do a great job. They are our film and production crew for our shows when we do shows. I'm looking to do a show next year. We'll see how it goes, because running a professional wrestling company is very, very hard when it's just a couple people. And I know I always talk about it. You got to have an army to get stuff done besides setting up and tearing down the ring and setting the chairs up. And I mean, it's running a wrestling company is very, very hard. And if anybody can run it, go out and get a license and go get the $10,000 in surety bond and try to book talent. And then when talent cancels, you got to rebook something, you know what I mean? And you got to have wrestlers that look like wrestlers. You don't want people that look like they just come out of their local mall or their local roller skating rink with, a tie-dyed shirt and no bulk to them, and they don't go to the gym and they don't look like they could kick somebody's ass. Professional wrestlers, have to be the part, play the part, and live the part. That's just my opinion. Just my opinion. But also, too, another opening matchup is our man. That's right. I got the big time front burner shirt, big time Bill Collier versus LeBron Cazone. Cazone, you ain't got a flying chance in hell, brother. Seriously. Big time Bill Collier. Look at this. I'm a front burner guy. Look, I'm a mark. I don't give a flying fuck what anybody says. I think Bill is an asset to any wrestling company. TNA, he was on the pay-per-view with Muhammad Ali's. He's one of his enforcers, and he looked so impressive. You can catch that on YouTube. I know on Facebook he has over 100,000 views when he give the big boot and he put the beat down on those guys. So he's Agent Zero, or you're right. Bill is the shit. Gene, how you doing? Devil, what's up? How you guys doing today? Yeah, and Bill's going to be on the pay-per-view, Bound for Glory, and that is phenomenal. And hats off to big-time Bill Collier. I knew when I see him for the first time, I knew he was legit. He's the real deal. The real deal. Former APWF champion. He's a champion and been a champion in every company he's been to. He gets a strap put on him because he's deserving, he's good, and he knows what the fuck he is doing. Whether he's a face or whether he's a heel, he's phenomenal because when he goes into the squared circle, he knows what he's doing. He's wrestled every big name that I know of without signing a major deal like in WWE, but now he is, I believe he signed with, I don't know. I think he signed, I don't know, but he's going to be on the pay-per-view. He's working for TNA, and TNA to me is a big company too. And I am so glad that, look, WWE, AEW, NWA, NXT, but that's WWE and TNA. I think TNA. Oh, for the Indies. Oh, I know he is. You're right. Yeah, he's legitly 6'4", 275 pounds. The Spencer Slade, and you can catch it. I have it on this Triple B Experience YouTube channel. That is by far one of the best matches I ever seen in my company's history. Collier versus Slade. And I've seen him wrestle in other companies all over the place. And I'm glad that we got to book him. I don't know if we'll be able to book those guys because if I have a show, because those guys are wanted. They are very, very in demand. So we shall see, and go from there and see how it goes. Yeah, there's a show tomorrow, Max Time Court Arena in Elizabeth. I've been there before. I've been to a lot of IWC shows. I'm staying home tomorrow. I'm chilling out. It's IUP's homecoming. I'm staying out of town. Plus I have to work tomorrow. And I'm going to hang out with my wife and we're going to do something. Yes. And also too, another show that's coming up, one of the hottest companies in central Pennsylvania. They're going to be in DuBois, Pennsylvania. I believe at the end of this month, but they have Heath Slater coming in October 18th. I'm talking about Imagine Wrestling. Great show. They have a gorgeous Gregory, Jake Wiley. They have Braden Elliott. They got the classic rockers with, the Jimmy the high flying hippie. Superstar Dave Daniels has returned out of retirement. They have a great show. I was up there for the Rail City House Rumble. It was good. Get your tickets. Contact Mike and Donnie. October 18th, the Judiana Civic Association. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. Probably ringside's probably already sold out. Every show, their ringside is sold out. They have entertaining. They get the crowd. The crowd gets pumped up before the show. Get there early to get a good seat because, like I said, the front row tickets will be sold out. They also got KSWA is slowly winding down their company. They got a couple more shows towards the end of this year. They're wrapping it up, the 2025. They've been wrestling for over 20 some years. I've been to a couple of those shows too. They put on a great show, showcasing and the upcoming workers of today and the vets of that are still grinding. Ain't nothing about grinding. There's nothing wrong with grinding. I mean, I can't grind anymore. I mean, I'm sure I could get in the fisticuff for real and fucking duke it out if I have to, but I shouldn't have to, and I really, truly don't want to. I'd rather just talk podcasting, and that's about it. Now, it all depends if someone takes this hat or takes this, takes my terrible towel or says something about my wife, and then we got a problem. But I believe and then Wednesday night on AEW, they had Andrade, who went from WWE to AEW, back to WWE, got divorced from Charlotte, and went back to AEW. I know he's a great talent in the Mexican world, the Lucha Libre world, and I don't know if he ever's got the super push that he needed. I don't know. He's a great performer. He was a former NXT heavyweight champion. So we shall see what he's going to do in AEW. I don't know. Hangman Page is still the champion. So we shall see. Look, I don't know. Like, I watch AEW, but it's very hard because of the booking. I have problems with the booking. I believe that their pay-per-views are starting to, their live shows probably are economic. Now I'm going to get into the economics. I think they're economically sound more than the WWE, because I seen shows for the WWE where 2 tickets were like, I could be wrong because AI is such crazy, like $8,000 to $10,000 to go see a WWE show. Are you fucking crazy? Like, come on, TKO. And I understand, TKO, you're trying to recoup a lot of money because you lost a lot of money. So you're going to just try to upcharge all these tickets. And then you're going to go over to Saudi Arabia probably every other week and try to gain some kind of billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars back in. And my take on that is the ladies wrestling is going to suffer. The ladies wrestling is definitely going to suffer over in Saudi Arabia. Look, they don't want to be dressed all in black like a ninja when they're wrestling. That's why those ladies work so hard to fine tune their bodies, and they want to show it off. I mean, who doesn't want that? I mean, come on. Last week in a 3-way with Tiffy Time, my girl Nia Jax and Jade Cargill, Nia Jax fucking fucked her up. It was a botched move. I mean, Jade got stitches. She was bleeding. I mean, it was god awful. Nia Jax is like a goddamn bulldozer, unless the character is a ninja. Yeah, exactly. And that's why the Saudi Arabia stuff, those ladies aren't going to be getting their just due. Look, they want to dress sexy. They are sexy, some of them, and they can wrestle. But when you cover them up, they look like they're working out at Planet Fitness or some goddamn thing like that. Like, come on. Like, I understand what they're trying to do with the money, but I think ladies wrestling on a whole in Saudi Arabia, I mean, look, I understand it was a historical thing to wrestle as a female in Saudi Arabia, but the money that is getting handed over, and then the booking, they want to book, I don't know, they want to book HBK versus Triple H. It ain't going to happen. You know what I mean? And then they wanted to book, they booked, Goldberg, and he almost, broke the Undertaker's neck when he, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Nothing against Goldberg, but he wasn't deserving of stuff like that, because the prince wants to see these wrestlers, and they sit on those big giant bean bags, and they think they're fans and whatever. But realistically, and WrestleMania is going over there. I mean, come on. It's cool that it's going, globally, but WrestleManias, in my eyes, should be in the United States or in Canada, in North America. Just saying. Families ain't, I understand that Steeler fans went to Ireland, which was like 7.6 million. There was a lot of fans that watched it on TV. So when the Steelers are on TV, man, it's prime time and they get a lot of ratings. So, Mexico, well, there could be a show in Mexico. I'm okay with that. Japan, man, I don't know. I don't know though, guys, because a lot of families or a lot of wrestling fans are not going to be able to afford to go I don't know. Maybe they can. I don't know. I know I can't. I'm not paying that much. Fuck that. I'm not even 3-1. Let's go. I'm ready for, dude. I'm jonesing. This is shitty that there's no Steeler game this week, but you know what? We got to buy and we need to get healthy. I can't wait because it's going to be fucking Cleveland week here very soon. I need to listen to Mark's roundtable shit where he was bashing all those guys. Now I did see the video where he's in Germany, but yeah, he's just a traveling Japanese. I don't know what a fresh pack of Pokemon cards smell like. I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know. I do like Japanese wrestling. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? I like the Great Muta when he's spitting fire and Tajiri and shit, and you know, a lot of Japanese stuff. Like Hogan over there. I've said it before on the show. Hogan wrestled over there. He was wrestling. He wasn't doing the 3 punches and a big boot. You know, yeah. And then if you go over, the wrestling back in Japan was, I mean, they had to do like 5,000 Hindu squats then wrestle. I think Yokozuna just had a birthday this week, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was in his 50s. Hey man, fucking that gimmick was so good for him. That was a great gimmick. And then Hogan come out and stole it out of Bret the Hitman Hart. Stole it at that WrestleMania in Vegas. Hogan knew what he was doing. Like Hogan was booking himself into these key matches. He knew. And speaking of Hogan, I guess they have a 2-mile trail or something like that in Florida today that you can go on the Hogan Trail. So I mean that's pretty cool. I mean his kid is, I think his kid and his wife are the sole beneficiaries of his will. Brooke does not want any of the will, from what I recall, from what I remember. So, I don't know, man. I'm telling you, now that when I was older, like when I was a young kid, you know what I mean? Him and Piper going at it was fucking cool. Like I'm telling you, as God is my witness, when Piper took that coconut and smashed fucking Jimmy Superfly Snuka, I was like, holy fuck, what the fuck is this? That was the key for me, man. I've said it numerous times. And then it was the time where Sergeant Slaughter was fighting the Iron Sheik, and they were feuding and doing them bootstrap matches, and Slaughter was just bloody mess. Oh, I seen that. I have that match on VHS. That was fucking bloody. And Terry Funk, when I wrestled on a show for Big Time Wrestling and Funk was in the locker room, and I know I probably said this story because sometimes I repeat some of my stories on this show. Like he said, because I did a Russian destroyer. I had a Russian mat. I had a mask was red with a call me thing. And I should pull it out somewhere and I should do a podcast with it. That'd be fucking awesome. I'm going to have to find that. I know it's somewhere in my closets. That would be fucking funny. I would do the whole fucking show as the Russian destroyer gimmick. Oh my God. That would be, I never talked in Russian. Well, no, I know what I did was I used to sing the Russian national anthem and I didn't know it. I just made up verses, like Nikolai Volkov. So, I mean, I do have some matches that I need to put on this channel. I still got to download the matches from the Rhino show on here. I only got one match. That's my problem. My delay is so slow. That's the problem about when you're doing these podcasts and streaming and stuff like that. You're trying to get stuff out, and right now I'm very, very focused on the Steelers stuff. Like, I mean, the Steelers Dynasty podcast, like somebody commented today about, I did a clip and we were talking about fucking TikTok or the girls with the big hoo-has. You know what I mean? He was like, well, sex sells, talking from an old guy. I'm like, dude, shut up. Come on, man. TikTok is, well, that's because it was the trade stuff. People would trade all their videos, and back in the day when ECW had the fan cam, people would trade all those Japanese stuff and ECW stuff. And I mean, back in the day, like Saturday nights, you had to watch it on like UVH coming out of fucking Philly or something, and Pittsburgh would actually have it because I think Pittsburgh had PWX, and then after that, they had ECW Saturday nights. And I think reason I know because I was bartending at the Rose, and I would put wrestling on. And they're like, Bubba, what the hell is this? I'm like, oh, I'll just shut up and watch it, you know. But yeah, old stuff. I watch a lot of the old stuff on Facebook and stuff. I do watch a lot of older wrestling. Like I saw Kurt Angle. I shared. He was wrestling over in Japan, you know. And then I always, you know, the Road Warriors was who would they were fighting some dude who owns the NWA down in Tennessee. The Road Warriors, he was a jobber in Kazani, and the Warriors just beat the living shit out of him, you know. And then I like to see old promos, you know, especially like promos in Memphis with Lawler, you know, and especially like old Macho Man Randy Savage promos. You know, Piper when he's in Portland and stuff, when he takes the beer bottle and smashes it over his head. I don't know if you guys ever saw that one. That was a good one. But you know, the promos, because that stuff was just cut on their own. They didn't have some guy writing it out for them. You know, that's why the promos were better, I think. Like I watched Monday Night Raw where, you know, and right now Cody Rhodes is coming on because Cody's wrestling. Oh, whatever you want to do, brother. Whatever you want to do. I haven't drawn in a while myself. I used to draw all the time. This is a wrestling show, but I don't even care because the wrestling is like because it's football season, high school football, you know what I mean? But hey, if they want to, you know, independent wrestlers want to pop on, you know what I mean? But okay. I'm sure anyone you find is going to be good. You know? You should do the one, you know, the one from Secret Wars when he gets the fucking Beyonder power and he's crotched up and it's fucking dripping out of his energy and his fucking. Hold on, I'll see if I can find it. Give me a second. Secret Wars. Let's see if I can find it. This is a wrestling show. It really is. But things happen. Where's that one? Where are you tonight? Why don't you? Oh, here it is. Oh, this is all beat up, brother. Yeah, this is. Hopefully, I can. Let me see if I can get this one. This is. Let's see if I can. Probably not, because. Jesus Christ. Damn it. Shit. Wait, okay, I got it. I think I got it. Ah, shit. No, it ain't gonna. Damn it. Shit. He's got the power. What issue is that? Issue 10. Secret Wars 10. But he's got no armor on him. He just got, it looks like he just like exploded and there's nothing around him. But it's not, yeah, that's not a good one. Yeah, that's not a good one. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one I tried. That's number 10. But there's no I mean, he's half naked because he's fucking got all the power of the Beyonder. It's not like the glistening regalness of Doctor Doom. You know what I mean? But you do whatever you want, brother. You send it to me and I'll put it on Thursday night, man. Marvel Presents. Which one? Oh, that's an old one there. Is that a Jack Kirby? Oh, man. Let me see here. I'm going to share this to my Hold on, I'm going to get it. I'll show it to you here, Devil, in a second. Give me it here. I got it. Bang, 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 bang. Yeah, that's an old one there. That's like, I think that's got to be a Jack Kirby one. I'm pretty sure. I got it. Here it is. Devil, this is the one that Gene just sent me. That's old. I think that's got to be Jack Kirby. Marvel Superheroes presents Doctor Doom. You know who does a good Doom would be like John Byrne or Byrne, whatever the hell his name is. You know, in that run where, yeah, because he had that run of Fantastic Four. Okay. Hey, man, whatever you want to do, brother. So also I wanted to talk about good old Ricky Saints won the NXT North American Championship this past weekend. I always liked him. I always liked him in NWA. I liked him in AEW, and I'm glad he won some belts in the WWE, even though it's NXT. He can talk on the mic. He's cocky. He can wrestle. I liked him. I always have for years. I'm glad he got a title. And I didn't see that match, but hopefully he can get to the main roster, you know, and that will be great. I don't watch NXT that much, and I need to, but like I said, the wrestling stuff is just some of the matches or whatever. I mean, I do want to see AJ Styles versus Cena in the pay-per-view in Australia, but I think that's at 8:00 in the morning. So I'm going to have to watch it later. So it's going to be all the spoilers, and it's going to be ridiculous. And then I'm going to know about it before I even get to watch it. And that's what sucks, because that somebody will AI it or somebody will spoil it, and I'll have to stay off the internet or whatever, which really, really sucks. But, you know, like, and I'm going to have to do a pick show here in a couple weeks. Maybe I'll see if I can get some of the guys to come on. It's been a while since we did a wrestle pick show, you know, with Kal-El and a World Beater and Larry and Shane. All, you know what I mean? Shane's busy with, you know, Friday Night Football with his son. So like, it's kind of hard for Shane because we're like talking about, you know, doing stuff in 2 weeks when we have the Steelers Cincinnati game. The experience show might be preempted or put on a different day just for that day because, well, of course, you know, the Steelers versus Cincinnati is going to be important. But yeah, I mean, hey, look, I need to work on this channel a little more. I do. I got some ideas. I know Gene's trying to hook me up with his buddy from Texas, and I want to compare professional wrestlers, the great ones from Texas, and compare them to the great ones from Pennsylvania, the Pittsburgh area, and then talk about some, and he can maybe school me on the lucha stuff, because Gene said he's a big time luchador and stuff like that. So that would be great. I know he was working. I was going to bring him on last week, but he was working, and we're going to get him on. And, you know, and I keep telling other independent wrestlers to get a hold of me, but do you think they do? No. I have a platform and a format, so I can actually, you know, get people to come on and interview them and stuff like that. I'm going to put some more stuff out there. Yeah. In Australia. Street Profits. My internet must be crazy. You know what happened though? The internet, the phone tower by my house went out yesterday or 2 days ago. I didn't have any. So they're doing in Australia, at Perth, Australia, SmackDown before their pay-per-view. Tiffany Stratton, Stephanie Valcare versus Gula and James, and I have no clue who James is. And then next Friday, it's the last man standing match. Damian Priest versus Aleister Black. So it's kind of like a pay-per-view on SmackDown because the bigger names will be working the pay-per-view. So SmackDown is going to be like pay-per-view, and Aleister Black is a pretty good wrestler. And Damian Priest was the champion at one time. So, and I mean, and Cody's wrestling, Seth Rollins, and we shall see. I don't know if he's kind of promo or whatever he's doing. He must be wrestling because he, he's got his gear on. So I don't know who he's wrestling. But yeah, I mean, this channel is, it's a different channel. It's we do a lot of stuff here. Oh, wait, it's him and Randy Orton versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. That's the main event. I still got to watch Peacemaker too. I'm going to do that tonight. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, hit your local independent wrestling. All you independent wrestling promoters, if you want to contact me, contact me. If you want to come on the show and talk about your show, you have an open format. Get a hold of me. Write me an email. Send me a message. Say, hey, Bubba, I got a show coming. Can I jump on your Friday night show and promote my show? What other fucking promoter is going to do that? Please tell me, because they're not out there. You and me both, brother. I do a wrestling podcast, and I just give a little bit of my opinions and stuff that's actually cool. Like I did all 500 from PWI magazine last week. I'll never do that again. Jesus. But there was a few guys that I booked that made it, and it was pretty cool. But man, that was a long time just me saying 500 names. Yeah, I mean, and I'm just not real happy with WWE right now anyway, like I said, because TKO is just wanting to just squeeze every dime. I mean, you can say whatever you want to say about Vince McMahon, but Vince actually is not charging $6,000 for 2 seats, at a pay-per-view. He might have. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Like you got Randy doing autographs to a young kid. Him and Cody sent it to a young kid. You know what I mean? That was pretty cool though. But yeah. So hey, hit like and subscribe. I don't know if I'll be on anytime this weekend. If some Steelers stuff, I might have to do something on maybe this weekend just to get the football Jones and football Jones, not basketball Jones, football Jones. Because I should do a live watch thing against Minnesota and Cleveland. What do you guys think? What do you two think? Ooh, Ox Baker. Oh, with the hard punch. Ooh. He was good in Escape from New York. Yeah, I'm seriously thinking about getting up at like 9:30 and going live and just dogging the fucking Cleveland Browns. Sunday night post game. Well, I might go to work at 3:30 Sunday, but I'll be watching football. I'm going to be watching football at work. Maybe I might do the Cleveland Minnesota game, because that'll be like we can actually see who we're going against too. Maybe I might think maybe I'll ask Shane if he wants to do it. No, I mean it's not okay. Yeah, I'll throw Shane a thing like 9:30. We go live at 9:30 because realistically we're all not going to give a fuck really. So you know what I mean? And we can all just fucking see how bad we can watch how Cleveland is. And then, yeah, we might do that because since we're playing Cleveland. And then, yeah, maybe I'll do that. It's a Steeler buy. I'm not even putting fucking Cleveland in it. I'm not even saying it's a Steelers buy live watch party at 9:30. I'm not even going to put, and it'll be the team. It's going to be the team we're facing. We're going to do a scouting report. Yeah, I'll do it that way. Yeah, okay. I'll make a thing. I'm going to send I'm gonna send fucking Shane a link or a text. I'm like, hey Shane, let's do fucking just sit here and talk shit on Cleveland for like during a game. And then I can, it all depends if I want to go to work or if I don't go overtime. It all depends. I don't know. I wish I just hit the lottery. That's what I'll do, guys. Seriously. Okay, yeah. I can get up at fucking 9 o'clock and fucking 9:30 stream. It's done by 12. Ben shouldn't have said that, I don't think. Sometimes Ben should just keep his mouth shut. I mean, I know I should keep my mouth shut too. I think he said something. There's an article or something. He was saying something about Aaron Rodgers shouldn't have done it at the game last week or something. I think Ben is just pissed, or Ben is just trying to, I don't know. Ben's an egotistical prick though, too. Even though he goes to church. You know what I mean? I mean, he's always been that way. And I don't listen to his podcast that long. Sometimes I think he's condescending now. You think so? Sometimes I think. I listen to Cam. I listen to Cam's where it's like, him and his host, and then they interview a Steelers player. I'm trying to find, really, I'm going to be honest with you guys. The only couple of Steeler podcasts I listen is Mark. I listen to Mark, and I listen to Arsenal, Steeler Syndicate. Really, because Arsenal DB he talks about their shorter clips. You know what I mean? He's a Steeler fan, and and then him and Mark's really all. I can't listen to that fucking Sperry guy. Or fucking spare it, fuck him. And I'm always looking for podcasts, but sometimes I don't want to get into the more technical stuff of Steeler stuff. I already know, you know what I mean? Like, this is a fucking wrestling podcast, and I'm talking fucking comic books and goddamn Steeler stuff. Hey, I don't care. But yeah. So yeah, I think Sunday I'm probably going to do it. I love Ben too. Don't get me wrong, Devil. I love Ben too. It just sometimes he's a cocky prick. Hey, if Ben wasn't, look, we'd have had Justin Herbert if he wanted to help a quarterback out. Mentor a quarterback. Hey guys, hey, Coach T, draft a quarterback, man, because I'm not going to be here too much longer. Oh, thanks, brother. I listen to Debo like on clips. I think Debo's and Hayden's is pretty. Debo is better than I thought at talking, and I can't wait to see him beat the shit out of Ocho Cinco. That would be awesome. Yeah, I watch a lot of other podcasts too, but especially with wrestling and comic books and Steelers. Yeah, I agree with that one. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Gene. Well, hey, what do you guys think about if we traded for fucking oh God. The dude from the Eagles. No, I understand. Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. Shit. Their receiver. Oh my God. Oh, and whoever's going to play me in Mark's league, I don't have a fucking goddamn defense. And AJ Brown. Yes. Thank you, Devil. Oh my God. I go in brain dead. I know, but who do we get though? We got to get somebody. I just want Aaron Rodgers to have more weapons. That's all. That's all I've been asking for since they signed him. Just give him some weapons. That's all I'm asking. That's all I want. Because I don't know how long Austin's going to be out. You know what I mean? Yeah, AJ Brown. Well, people aren't happy. Well, I think everybody's not happy. And it sucks because these guys get all this money and then they don't want to They don't want to fucking perform. I don't know if, and I haven't watched Jacoby Myers to see how good he is. If Khan could pull the trigger before I don't know. I still want another receiver. But I've talked to some people that like Scotty Miller, and that's beside. It's the dude. It's the dude. Yeah. I then try to throw to Scotty Miller because he's fast. Because I mean, he had that good year with Brady down there. I believe if we get off to a quick start against Cleveland, we'll fucking shell shock them. Because that rookie quarterback we are not going to get beat. We're not going to get beat. We're not going to get beat by no fucking rookie quarterback in this fucking Ridley. Okay. Would you guys take? I would take him. Would you guys take him? This wrestling show just got off the fucking kilter. I would take him. There's our second receiver. Okay. He has to make it before the trade. I mean, the Falcons are just a team in disarray. There's a lot of teams in disarray. You know what I mean? Okay. Well, I would, if they ask, they're not going to ask much for him. Probably for a couple draft picks. We have those other extra picks. I don't know. I'm just saying, guys, if we had another receiver to add him some weaponry, or those fucking Freiermuth get game planned fucking against Cleveland, and then fucking come up with like 78 yards and a touchdown. They have to fucking use him eventually. I mean, Jesus Christ, his first rookie season, he had damn near 10 touchdowns with Ben. I think he did. And look, Ben, Aaron Rodgers. You know what I mean? I wouldn't dump anyone. Do you just think trade? Trade like I don't know, say a 5th round pick for him or something? Definitely not a 1, 2, 3, or 4. Unless we have like 3, if we have 2 number 3s, you know what I mean? If we have 2 3s, then I don't know, because I don't know what we have. So I have no idea. Picks. Okay. Yeah, because we could talk about it Sunday morning. Yeah, I'm gonna you two have spoken. I'm gonna listen to you two. I'm gonna do a fucking Steelers watch buy. We can watch the fucking Cleveland get their ass kicked against Minnesota. We'll do that. I'll put it out at 9:30. I think 9:30. That's what I'm gonna do. I'll have it out Saturday. I'll make up the thumbnail and we'll go to town. I'm gonna contact Shane right now, and he can come on and be fine. There he is. I know his son's at a game. Hey, I'm going to do watch party. Myers is the only one you considered pricey. For the Vikings versus Browns. Keep people interested. I'm sending it to him at 9. I think it's 9:30, right? 9:30 at 9:30. I don't need to do a pregame. If you can, jump on. Okay, I sent it to him. So you guys, you two were the deciding. You guys were the factors. I'm gonna blame you guys too Sunday morning. But so yeah, so it'll be hi Afton. So Afton, we this was a wrestling show that turned into a Steeler football show right now. As I'm getting out of here, but Gene, tell Devil, yeah, Gene and Devil. I asked him if I'm thinking about doing a live watch party at 9:30 for the Browns and Minnesota game because we don't have nothing going on. And so we can actually watch Cleveland all together because we're facing them Sunday. So I'm thinking live watch party. Okay, yeah, you're in agreement too. Okay, there's three. I didn't do anything. Yeah. So I'll get I'll make the thumbnail. I just sent him a text. I sent Shane a text and I said, hey, look, man, I'm thinking about doing a live stream for the Cleveland, Minnesota game since we're not doing nothing and keeping everybody because there's nothing going on. And hey, Mark can jump on too if he wants. I don't know what time it is in fucking Germany. I don't know. I'd send him whatever. He can watch the game if he's watching the game. I know he's watching the game. He could jump on. I mean, whatever. You know what I mean? He might even do a live watch. I don't know. He might be hiking the fucking Germany mountains. I have no idea. But that's what we're gonna do. So at 9:30. I mean, I think it's 9:30. Hold on, let me before I get out of here, I'll make sure. I think it's at 9:30. Blame the Browns. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Okay, let's see. Vikings versus Browns. Well, that we got a good look at that rookie quarterback too, because we're probably all going to watch it anyway. So fuck, I might as well do a stream. If I can type. Afton, thank you so much for the show the other day, man. You were great. Awesome. We enjoyed it. You know your stuff. Okay, yes, 9:30 a.m. 9:30. Yep. Okay. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because all three of you guys told me to do it. So, yep. I'll get a thumbnail and I'll put it out. Oh, you're welcome. Anytime. So, yep. Okay. So this was a wrestling podcast that fucking went off the chains. So Sunday, Steelers bye watch party. And we're watching, I don't know who we're watching. Oh, well, God bless you. Well, that's what we're doing. I decided. So, and then, yeah. Yep. 9:30. We're going to do that. But yeah, we got to do some research. Yep. Okay, 9:30 it is. If I do anything else, it's not going to be on this podcast channel because the pulp cultures and wrestling, it turned into a Steeler podcast for the last 25 minutes. We're going to do, if something comes up, I'll put it out there tomorrow if something comes up. But really, it's been very, very slow Steeler stuff, really. But yeah, definitely it'll be a Steelers bye week live watch stream, 9:30. We're watching an NFL Network game. I'm not putting Cleveland and Minnesota on the fucking thumbnail. I'll think of something funny. Two teams that I don't care for. So I'll think of something funny. But hey, guys, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me on a Friday night for this lovely turnbuckle talk that turned into Steelers Dynasty fucking talk, it's just funny. So yeah, and I will definitely I'll see everybody. Ox Baker. Yeah, his heart punch was crazy, dude. His eyebrows were vicious too. But yeah. Well, thanks, Devil. Let me know when you get that done, man. We'll show it definitely on the Thursday show for sure. Yeah. Awesome. And Well, I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys Sunday morning at 9:30. You guys have a great Friday night and a great Saturday. And I'll definitely see everybody Sunday now. Thanks to you guys. That's funny. That is so funny. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. Okay, guys. You guys have a great night. I'll see you. Hit like and subscribe if you want to. And if you don't, do it twice. And go to Steelers Dynasty Podcast and subscribe to that too. Thanks, guys. We'll see you later, guys. Have a great night.